It's Tuesday, September 9th, 2025, and I'm Dave Sobel. 4 things to know today. OpenAI projects a $115 billion cash burn by 2029, raising hard questions about the AI model market. Klarna's AI-first support gamble backfires, forcing humans back to the phones. Academics warn universities against uncritical AI adoption, spotlighting the risks to tomorrow's workforce. And MSP 360, Google, and Syncro all make moves reshaping tools, compliance, and security for providers. This is the business of tech. I do wonder about the viability of the AI model market. OpenAI has projected that its business will burn through a staggering $115 billion by 2029, significantly higher than previous estimates. While revenue growth from the ChatGPT service is accelerating, the company faces escalating computing costs and data center expenses, leading to an expected cash burn of over $8 billion this year alone. To put this in perspective, OpenAI's projected cash burn for the next few years is more than double earlier forecasts, with anticipated expenditures of $35 billion in 2027 and $45 billion in 2028. Despite these daunting figures, the company expects to generate approximately $13 billion in total revenue this year, driven largely by ChatGPT, which is projected to bring in $10 billion. Investors remain optimistic, with major firms valuing OpenAI at $500 billion, nearly twice its valuation 6 months ago. A recent article from ZDNet emphasizes that artificial intelligence does not possess true reasoning capabilities, countering claims that generative AI can think like humans. The article highlights that AI systems, particularly large language models, are often described as black boxes, where their internal processes remain largely opaque to even their creators. Research from Arizona State University suggests that what is termed chain-of-thought reasoning in these models is merely sophisticated pattern matching, not genuine logical inference. The authors of the study warn against over-reliance on these systems, noting that they can produce plausible but logically flawed reasoning, potentially leading to misguided confidence in their outputs. OpenAI itself put up a blog about why models hallucinate. Despite advancements in models like GPT-5, which has reduced the occurrence of these errors, hallucinations remain prevalent due to current evaluation practices that incentivize guessing over acknowledging uncertainty. For instance, research indicates that models are often rewarded for guessing, which leads to a higher rate of inaccuracies. OpenAI suggests that adjusting evaluation metrics to penalize confidence errors more heavily than uncertainty could mitigate this issue. The findings stress that hallucinations are not an inevitable flaw, but rather a result of how the models are trained and evaluated. The new stack urges tech professionals to take the lead in ensuring the safety of generative artificial intelligence as concerns about copyright and ethical implications grow. With the rise of AI-generated content, issues such as potential copyright infringement and the exploitation of creative professionals are becoming increasingly prevalent. For instance, the AI company Anthropic recently faced a substantial copyright class action lawsuit, agreeing to pay $1.5 billion for illegally downloading and storing copyright works. Furthermore, the ethical treatment of data workers involved in AI training is under scrutiny, with many individuals exposed to harmful content for minimal pay. Why do we care? Let's be real. OpenAI lighting $115 billion on fire by 2029 isn't just a jaw-dropping number, it's a stability problem. Even if you're pulling in $13 billion a year, those numbers don't line up. And when vendors face that kind of burn, they don't collapse quietly. They change pricing, lock down APIs, cut features, or pivot business models fast. That volatility flows right onto your customers. So if you're betting your business on one vendor's API, you better have a backup plan. Diversify, test alternatives, and build resilience into your stack. Otherwise, you risk your service delivery being tied to a vendor that could move the goalposts overnight. And let's kill this myth. AI doesn't reason. It's pattern matching. That's why hallucinations happen. OpenAI even admits their systems get rewarded for confidently guessing wrong. It's not intelligence. That's a feature of the system. Then there's the legal and ethical drag. Anthropic just agreed to pay $1.5 billion for copyright violations. And ironically, that settlement could entrench incumbents who can afford billion-dollar mistakes. Smaller competitors can't. That locks the market in a few hands, raising costs and limiting choice. Our job isn't to hype AI. It's to help customers make it work safely. That means define what success looks like, expect the errors, and watch the legal and vendor stability side. Don't let your clients get blindsided chasing shiny AI promises. When chaos hits, will your system survive? Comet Backup's full image backups protect your entire system, files, apps, settings, and even the OS in one powerful automated backup. Comet is easy to deploy and bandwidth efficient. Full system backups for Windows, for Linux, for servers, for endpoints, all in one centralized platform. Whether you get hit with ransomware, hardware failure, or accidental deletion, Comet restores your system to physical, VM, or the cloud. Short on time? Restore individual files or folders to access critical data within moments. Try Comet Backup today. Reliable, secure, and made to scale. Visit cometbackup.com to protect what matters most. Get $100 free credit when you sign up with the promo code MSP Radio. Comet Backup. Backup fast. Restore easy. Klarna has been held up as an example of success with AI teams. Well, Futurism reports Klarna has faced significant challenges after replacing its customer support team with artificial intelligence. Following a staggering 17% default rate on its loans, Klarna's CEO initially boasted about the efficiency of AI in handling customer service tasks, even claiming it replaced the work of 700 full-time agents. However, by May 2025, the company began rehiring human staff, struggling to restore its customer support department, and has resorted to reassigning engineers and marketers to handle calls due to the AI's shortcomings. As Klarna approaches its anticipated stock market debut, which is targeting a valuation of $14 billion, it remains uncertain if it can successfully transition its technical staff to customer support roles. A recent study reveals that while corporate artificial intelligence initiatives often fail to yield measurable returns, employees are increasingly adopting consumer-grade AI tools on their own, creating a shadow AI economy. According to Gallup, 40% of U.S. workers now use AI at work, nearly double the rate from 2 years ago, driven by the need to manage growing workloads with greater efficiency. Experts suggest that this grassroots adoption may lead to productivity gains, but also introduces risks related to compliance, security, and operational reliability. Why do we care? Klarna thought it was clever, fired 700 support staff, bragged AI could do it better. Fast forward, customers are furious, loan defaults spike, and now they're dragging engineers and marketers onto the phones. That's not efficiency, that's chaos. Meanwhile, Gallup says 40% of U.S. workers are using AI at their jobs already, double from 2 years ago. And most of it's shadow AI, people just pulling in consumer tools because their bosses haven't given them anything official. So the takeaway? You can't ban it, people will use it anyway. But you also can't rip and replace humans with bots and hope it works. The smart play, especially for us in IT services, is to help companies put guardrails around all of this. Policies, governance, security, that's the sweet spot. Manage AI adoption before it manages you. I also wanted to highlight a piece in Blood in the Machine. Cognitive scientists and artificial intelligence researchers have issued a strong call for academia to reject the uncritical adoption of artificial intelligence technologies. In a recently published position paper, a group led by researchers from universities in the Netherlands, Denmark, Germany, and the United States warns that the unchecked integration of corporate AI products threatens to de-skill students and undermine critical thinking. The paper, titled Against the Uncritical Adoption of AI Technologies in Academia, argues that universities must actively counter the hype surrounding AI and prioritize the educational needs of students. This follows an open letter signed by over 1,100 academics calling for a more cautious approach to the proliferation of AI in educational settings. The researchers emphasize the need to protect academic integrity and maintain a critical stance toward technology advancements, urging institutions to reconsider their financial ties with AI companies. Now, why do we care? Well, here's a spicy one. A bunch of cognitive scientists and AI experts are telling universities, stop drinking the AI Kool-Aid. Their fear that students will get lazy, lose critical thinking skills, and just ride corporate AI tools instead of actually learning. Those students are tomorrow's workforce and maybe your next hire. If they've been trained to lean on automation without really understanding the why, you end up with techs who can follow prompts but can't problem solve when stuff breaks. Sound familiar or dangerous? And honestly, this isn't just academia's problem. It's a warning for us too. Vendors are shoving AI into everything. If we just swallow it uncritically, we're no better than those universities signing up for shiny tools without asking hard questions. The real job is to figure out, does this actually help outcomes? Or is it just vendor hype with an AI sticker on it? MSP 360 has launched the MSP 360 RMM Community Edition, a free remote monitoring and management solution aimed at helping new managed service providers build their businesses without upfront costs. The tool offers essential features like system health monitoring, software deployment, and remote access for up to 50 endpoints, supporting a variety of operating systems including Windows, Mac, and Linux. Google has launched its Gemini artificial intelligence models on Google Distributed Cloud, enabling organizations in heavily regulated industries to utilize generative AI while maintaining strict control over sensitive data. This on-premises implementation of Google Cloud is designed for sectors such as medical and financial services, allowing data to remain within corporate firewalls rather than in the public cloud. Equipped with NVIDIA Hopper and Blackwell GPU accelerators, Google Distributed Cloud features automated load balancing and zero-touch updates to ensure high availability. Security enhancements include audit logging and access control, providing transparency for customers. The Gemini models support diverse applications like multilingual collaboration, automated document summarization, and intelligent chatbots, all while ensuring compliance with data residency requirements. Syncro and ThreatDown have announced a new partnership aimed at simplifying security for MSPs. The collaboration allows these providers to purchase ThreatDown security solutions directly through the Syncro marketplace, enabling instant provisioning for clients while streamlining billing through Syncro's universal billing model. Why do we care? MSP 360 is giving an RMM away for free, 50 endpoints, no strings. It's a clever way to hook new MSPs. But here's the problem. Free sounds great until you hit the ceiling and need to migrate. And migrations? Painful. So yeah, it lowers the barrier to entry, but don't mistake that for a long-term solution unless your plan is to move up. You're not saved from the product evaluation. Then there's Google, finally catching up with Microsoft and AWS, putting Gemini AI on their on-prem cloud stack. This is built for banks, hospitals, governments. Translation? Unless you're running a data center with NVIDIA's latest and greatest GPUs, this isn't for you. For MSPs, it's worth watching because what happens at the enterprise level eventually trickles down. But today, of interest if you serve those markets, but that's not most people. And Syncro's moved with ThreatDown, baking security into their marketplace with one-click billing. That's neat. Makes life simpler. But here's the catch. Simplification usually comes with fewer choices. Don't let easy billing trap you into a vendor that doesn't fit your customers. Bottom line, as providers, the job is to spot where the convenience ends and the risks begin. Support for the show comes from ScalePad. Ever feel like you're doing all the work, but no one sees it? That's the reality for a lot of MSPs. You're putting out fires, chasing spreadsheets, juggling client requests. But when it's time to show value, crickets. That's where ScalePad comes in. Trusted by over 10,000 MSPs, ScalePad solutions help you turn invisible effort into visible impact, pulling together the tools you already use from reporting, quoting, compliance, and asset planning into one easy platform. So instead of chasing details, you're leading smarter conversations. Because doing great work is one thing, getting credit for it, that's where the real business growth happens. ScalePad helps you show value, build client trust, and lead with confidence. Learn more at scalePad.com/Dave. Thanks for listening. Today, International Box Wine Day, so a little love to this underappreciated value, and National When Pigs Fly Day. I'm previewing some upcoming additions to the show lineup on my Patreon at patreon.com/MSBRadio. New content is coming. Sign up now to get early access. The Business of Tech is written and produced by me, Dave Sobel, under ethics guidelines posted at businessof.tech. If you've enjoyed the show, make sure you've subscribed or followed on your favorite platform. It's free and helps directly. Give us a review, too. If you want to support the show, visit patreon.com/MSP and you'll get access to content early. Or buy our Why Do We Care merch at businessof.tech. Have a question you want answered? We take listener questions. Send them in, ideally as a voice memo or video, to question@mspradio.com. I answer listener questions live on our Wednesday live show on YouTube and LinkedIn. If you've got a comment or a thought on a story, put it in the comments if you're on YouTube, or reach out on LinkedIn if you're listening to the podcast. And if you want to advertise on the show, visit mspradio.com/engage. Once again, thanks for listening, and I will talk to you again on our next episode.
Part of the MSP Radio Network.